We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider. Jones and Adam here with you. Let's get to a weekend recap presented by Wells Fargo. Adam, nowhere else to start than with the national championship. Carolina's women's tennis team, multi-time ITA indoor national title holder, captures the program's first ever NCAA title. The clinching match came against a team it knows well, NC State. Tar Heels beat the Pack 4-1 to take home the championship. What a terrific year and moment for Brian Calbus and his team.
Just an incredible postseason for the Tar Heels. You remember NC State upset the Tar Heels in the ACC championship, but that just seemed to make Carolina mad because they really steamrolled through this NCAA portion of the postseason. Whitewashed Georgia 4-0 in the semifinals and then beat NC State 4-1 in the championship. Maybe a little deceptive. Tar Heels get the doubles point there. You know the doubles point is important. And then some really big wins in singles from Fiona Crawley, Elizabeth Scotty, and then Carson Tangillig. All of those, not coincidentally, former pod guests. Carson comes back and gets the clincher as the Tar Heels beat NC State in a close match. Acquired some big comebacks. Riley Tran had a big comeback. Scotty had a big comeback in a tiebreak as the Tar Heels put the only cap they could on a great season, winning an NCAA championship.
Brian Calbus becomes the 14th different coach at Carolina to win an NCAA title, and this is a team that's been good for a while and looks like it could continue to be good. Everyone who played in the NCAA championships still has eligibility remaining for Carolina and could potentially return for next season. Just a couple of numbers on Carolina's run here these last 4 years, and they've been good longer than that, but they've been really at the top of the heap here these last 4 seasons. Adam, 111-4. The record in the last 4 seasons. That includes 4 ITA indoor national titles, an ACC tournament championship. They've been to at least the round of 4, the national semifinals 3 times. One time there wasn't a tournament due to the pandemic, and then of course an NCAA title. This has been a dominant run for Carolina's women's tennis team.
A dominant run for a dominant program and a dominant portion of the athletic department as Carolina women's teams continue to excel. This is the 36th NCAA championship for a Carolina women's team, the 49th overall for the Tar Heel athletic department, so right on the cusp of 50. They'd be the first ACC school to reach 50, and it's the 12th time in a school year that Carolina has won multiple NCAA championships in the same year. Of course, we know the Tar Heels won it in field hockey earlier this school year.
So congratulations again to Brian Calbus, to his whole team. We had an opportunity to speak to Sophia Patel from Carolina's women's tennis team. You'll see that interview tomorrow here through all our social media channels. Also, if you're an audio podcast listener, we took the audio from that interview with Sophia. That was part of our show that came out earlier today, so you can listen in on that if you are an audio listener with us. So again, terrific accomplishment. It's a team that's been knocking on the door for a while, and great to see them take home that NCAA championship. Another team that is certainly capable of winning an NCAA championship is the Tar Heel men's golf team. They have advanced to the championship round of the NCAA postseason play. They finished 3rd in the Salem, South Carolina regional. Top 5 teams in 6 different regionals advanced to the championship round. Adam, that included an individual champion in that regional for the Heels.
Ryan Burnett won the individual championship as this Carolina team continues to have really good depth. He finished 17 under, the best ever by a Tar Heel in a regional. You already know about Austin Greaser. He won the regional last year for Carolina. Andrew DiBatteto's got a group that can score from any position on the court, Jones, any position on the golf course, as this is the 6th straight year the Tar Heels have advanced to the championship site, which this year will be out in Arizona, Greyhawk Golf Club in Scottsdale. Jones knows it well.
Oh, yeah.
And that event will begin later this week. And legitimately, it kind of felt like women's tennis was the end of the athletic year. It's not, because men's golf really has a legit chance to win a national title this season.
30 teams in that championship round. It starts with stroke play. There is a cut to 15, then a cut to 8, and the top 8 make it to the match play portion, where then you have to win 3 match play matches to win the national title. It is not an easy tournament to win. It takes a lot of quality golf. Carolina has advanced to the match play portion the last 2 seasons, has not been able to take that final step, hopes to do so this year. That gets going this weekend. Best of luck to Andrew DiBattista and his team. Another team still competing for the Tar Heels is Carolina baseball. Their regular season has come to a close. Tar Heels had a rough final week, falling in a 3-game series to Clemson, a competitive set, but Tigers, one of the hottest teams in the country right now. Carolina unable to get a win on the road this past weekend. They finished the regular season 33-21, and even 500 in ACC play. And now, Adam, it is ACC tournament time. Tar Heels will be in Durham with a couple of games there at the DBAP.
Tar Heels hoping to get healthy before they begin that ACC tournament play. They played without Vance Honeycutt and Clemson. Hopefully they'll have them starting today in Durham. They'll face Georgia Tech at 3 o'clock, and then on Thursday they'll face Virginia, the Coastal Division champion. Cavaliers have won 9 games in a row. They're probably the second hottest team in the ACC other than Clemson. In this format, though, you just got to win that first game. So the Tar Heels got to beat Georgia Tech. Then if you win that one, you get a day off. You get a chance to do it all again against Virginia. Tar Heels will need good contributions up and down the lineup, and especially from their stars. And they got some good news this week with a lot of ACC honors announced.
Vance Honeycutt, who Adam just mentioned, was named 3rd team All-ACC, but named the Defensive Player of the Year in the conference. We certainly have seen a bunch of his terrific catches as we have moved through this campaign. Also, Mac Horvath. Not sure what else Mac Horvath could do to get to 1st team All-ACC. He had a terrific season. Ends up 2nd team All-Conference. Jackson Vanderbrake, 2nd team All-Conference as well. We just spoke to Jackson here on the show a week or 2 ago. And Casey Cook named All-Freshman team for the Tar Heels as well. Tar Heel overall resume, top 30 in the RPI, really strong strength of schedule. Those 2 things will help the Tar Heels certainly come Selection Sunday. Feels like 1 win in the ACC tournament would almost lock them in. A really tough week in Durham. Carolina might have to sweat it out a little bit. We'll see, but feels like the Tar Heels are safe for that NCAA event, which starts coming up in 2 weeks. All right, let's finish things off. Women's lacrosse had its season come to a close. Adam, Tar Heels finished 16-5. I know a frustrating loss for them as they fell to Denver 5-4 in the NCAA quarterfinals. I think for a lot of teams, they'd consider that a very successful year. Tar Heels, though, have certainly very high expectations for that program.
Jenny Levy just not accustomed to rebuilding and reloading. She's accustomed to going to the Final Four every single year. This year, the Tar Heels had a 4-2 lead over Denver at halftime, but as you know from last week, Denver plays that weird defense that's hard to score against, and the Tar Heels did not score in the second half as Denver got 3 goals to win it. However, 4 Tar Heels get Inside Lacrosse All-America honors, and the best news really for Carolina women's lacrosse is how much personnel will be coming back next season and beyond. 10 of the 11 top scorers from this year's team are eligible to return next year. And so you would think a little more experienced team that will be right up there among the national contenders, as Jenny Levy's program always is.
Yeah, as we said several times this year, a team that had a lot of personnel change after an undefeated national championship a season ago with a very veteran team from last year. But Jenny Levy and the Tar Heels will certainly be back. A couple other Tar Heels that will be back. We've mentioned contract extensions here recently for Scott Forbes for Carolina baseball, also Courtney Banghart from Tar Heel women's basketball. Joe Bresci, men's lacrosse head coach, has his contract extended as well. 2-time ACC Coach of the Year. He, of course, a national champion previously with his team as well. So congratulations. Always enjoy our opportunities to catch up with Coach Bresci. And good luck also track and field. Their NCAA regionals start on Wednesday of this week. Tar Heels have 23 different individuals participating there. We appreciate you participating with us. I'll get there. Thanks for being here on the Carolina Insider.